Hey guys, it's Rich from the Real Talks Tube, and we got Eddie right here once again, and we are going to be talking today about the malls. Will malls be closing down? Like, what do you think about shopping centers? Like malls and shopping centers, like we've been really looking at this and going like, man, like are these things eventually closing down or what's going on? There's places like we've gone out even locally, and you go and you look and there's like retail stores that are literally like disappearing. We love to hear what you guys think, but hey, in the meantime, we want to start you off with this song. And we're back. Howdy, what do you have to say, man? Tell us what you think about what's going on with the mall situation, brother. This is a great topic that we could talk about. I like to know, what do you currently think about, like, will malls exist in the future? That's what I like to know.
Will malls exist in the future? Yes. I think malls will exist in the future. But what kind of mall it is gonna be a lot different. Now basically what's popping right now is that malls sort of become like a little community. Where people know each other, and these businesses, they provide an experience for the person going to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in Santa Maria, it's like batting cages. They have boxing. They have arcades. They have food everywhere. So it's supposed to be like, it's basically like a Six Flags without the roller coasters.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, and I feel like as long as they turn it into a little community where everyone helps each other, or everybody provides that piece for the unity in the mall, will keep thriving.
They keep driving.
Yeah.
No, that makes complete sense. As far as like, I could see malls of in the future staying, but they'll have to change a lot of like what how they're doing business now. And like he's right about adding batting cages, some sort of arcade system, even jump, like a jumper area for the kids. Those things will attract more people in the malls, and then stores that eventually would go out of business. I can see a place like other things opening up, but once again, these are huge buildings that are vacant, and you just really think about it. It makes you really think about it, and you go, man, like, is this actually what's going on? We grew up in them that you could go inside the mall, and I mean, is every retail store would be open, everything, all the stores would be open. And now, you just look and it's just sad. It feels like the malls are disappearing. So that's why I ask everyone today, everyone that's tuning in, and thank you once again for tuning in to the Real Talks Tube. We love to hear what you have to say about it. And listen to the song. Hey, okay. So here's the one thing I'll tell you. I think about it. I will let you know right now. I think a lot of what malls are going through, like retail stores, shopping centers, I think eventually just be micro shops, maybe smaller retail businesses, because it might not make sense in the future to have like a huge vacant like Macy's building there. I think it just be closed in and they'll have like more than one business, because see that's where the future is going. You see you have like Amazon, you have all the online like realistically, you have all these websites that is selling everything that you would go inside of Macy's, and sometimes even cheaper the purchase. And one thing that I really think about is it makes sense to go inside the store now. With I've gone inside some of these retail shops like Macy's, and you realize like, whoa, like there's not that many people there. But what do you think about that, Eddie?
Okay, So for me, I have a Macy's card, right? And the reason that I use it is because they basically gave me a credit limit, and the credit limit is so high, so I buy more stuff because I know I could pay for it later. And honestly, when I went, actually, this sweater right here, I had a dirty sweater, walked into Macy's, picked out a sweater, put it on, and it was a clean sweater, like. But I mean, no one really does that though. No one really does that. But and for me, it's something that I wanted to look presentable, so I got a sweater, and it's like you know like I didn't want to wait for the shipping, obviously because it takes a long time, but not really that long, but it's still a long time though. Uh, but when it is a big purchase, I do it ahead of time. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so most of my big purchases of clothing or supplies usually comes uh you know that I got at Macy's, but
You feel like you have a better experience by actually walking inside a store instead of like actually buying online and having to wait for some sort of like product, or do you feel like it's a lot better for you to go and check out the product first and then you get to sit, or how's that work?
okay, basically what I use, okay, for the Macy's example, what I do is that, okay, I walk into Macy's and I find something that I like, but they never have my size. My size is always taken every single time I go there. There's nothing there. There's no clothes for me to get, because everything's my size always gets taken. So what I do is that I look at what I like, the clothing. For example, pants. I look at the pants and I'm like, okay, can I find it online on the Macy's app or the Macy's website? And I find it there, and then I just purchase it like that using my Macy's card and get some credit, some rewards, and that's how I use it now, And the thing about me using it that way is that it's not the way it was intended for at Macy's. It wasn't intended to be that way. It's supposed to be you go in there, and then you find what you like and you buy it, and then you could wear it when you get home
Mm-hmm.
or on the spot. But no one realizes that because a lot of people don't want to take the time to go onto the website or the app to purchase it. But for some reason, it'd be good. Oh, that
No,
tripped
no.
me out. That tripped me
No,
out.
sorry. I'm just checking out a couple of things. It just,
Yeah,
but continue. I'm listening 100%. I'm checking out the interface if anybody's asking questions.
yeah. And so now, but that's the thing. Malls are sort of okay. The thing is that Macy's is doing it right. In this stage in the economy, and what's going on is that these businesses in the mall, they don't have a website. They don't have an app where you could purchase their stuff if they don't have your size, or if they, it's like whatever's there is all they could sell you, and the companies that are doing offering a website, so you buy on the website there, it's
Have
on
your size,
stock,
if they.
then so good, you know. But they're not doing that. They're not doing that, and that's why these small businesses, that don't do what Macy's is doing, they're looking in the danger spot. It's you know the, and, you see, that's why if you have the clothing industry in the malls is, I think, gonna be dead.
What? Why do you say
And
that? Why do you say that?
because they need the infrastructure. They need to have supplies of it. They need to have supplies, and if they don't have the supplies of it, they should at least offer it on a website.
And
Where I could buy
that
it.
no, 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 and that makes complete sense. Like offering it on a website, and really, I mean, that's exactly what they're doing right now. But the one thing about it is, how do you guys feel about it? Like, I mean, you could go on their phone and go online and check things out, but really, like, when you go outside and you have more vacant places than like unvacant place, storefronts, it feels kind of depressing. It feels sad. It feels like literally you're in your own neighbor, you're in your own area, and it feels like literally you have nothing. Like there's nothing you can go to, and that's what could actually mess people up too. Like just like your actual, like your whole area, like how do you feel about it? Like why would you be outside and it feels so depressing? But uh that's why a lot of things would have to change, like if these places like malls are going to stay in business, these retail shops, uh you know they're going to have to like really find ways to attract people to come in, and also like so it's kind of like not too so what I'm looking for, like they'd have to figure out a way so it's friendly use, like like a friendly way, user friendly, like futuristic, even like a way that you can go and see something and order it, and you could order it off your cell phone but get it the same day. What I could see that in the future, like a lot of what we do still being here, but shopping differently than how we shop at the current time. I could see stuff like that. But guys, I mean, this is another thing to really think about. But let me play the song. And we're back. Eddie, so what do you think, man? Like, do you think where do you see, like in general, like I know we talk about malls, but where do you see everything going as far as like all the stuff we grew up with, like most places are closing down, like Radio Shack went out of business, Toys R Us went out of business, Circuit City went out of business, Blockbuster went out of business. Do you see more places going out of business?
Well, yeah, yeah. A lot of places are going out of business, but um, no, it's just the bigger companies are the ones that that have strategy. But the thing is that even though they have the strategy, having a big company means big user base. A lot of people, a lot of customers, a lot of it's just the money has to be there to support these big companies. They can't take a loss. They can't take a loss, or else they really um you know they okay if if a small company takes a loss, it's a small company, so they don't have to worry about depending on it,
Mm-hmm.
on that one. But the big companies, they have to depend on a lot of people to go. They and then to support that huge industry, and it's like it's a little scary, like knowing that if you get even a little bit of people, it's it, it's not going to be good. And but the thing is that these big companies, I don't know if it's true, but this is what I think. I think the bigger the company, the bigger loans they could take. You know, I'm not too sure about that. I don't own a business, but that's what I think. The bigger you are as a company, the bigger loans you could get, and so you could survive off of uh some you could survive off some not so good seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of it all, you really needed to thrive though, in order for the big profit. And if they're not getting the numbers, then they should at least have the investors, at least people investing in them and saying, hey, this company is going to go through a rough patch, but at the end they're going to provide. And that's why there's some companies that are traded on the stock market. And there's some companies that have even more priority, which is on Robinhood. The ones on Robinhood are a lot safer than the bigger stock market, which is a lot of things that went public.
Mm-hmm.
And penny stocks and all of that. Micro stocks and stuff. and and now it's like, but that's the thing. I feel like the small businesses though thrive in the mall. That's why people like the mall, because it's not, look, a person in the mall could be your best friend, it could be your aunt, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your mom's friend, it could be your dad's boss. I don't know, something like that. And I think small businesses could thrive off the malls, because that's the community. That's the community, you know.
That's so true, man. Like, I'll be honest with you, like the mall, I'd really to keep them in business, they would have to have a different type of strategy and also know the things that they're currently doing that would d- contribute to why they're going down in the first place. So a way that they could truly understand themselves and have the concept of them knowing that their business is actually going down and actually changing things about it. That's what I would see them staying in business a lot longer. Once again, this is 2000. In 2023, a lot of things have changed. Everyone's online, everyone's staying home. The COVID thing didn't make things good as well. It changed the way we were doing things. Now we most of the time we order online, or like we buy things more. We go on Amazon a lot more. But one of the biggest things to really think about is it just feels sad. Like, like I walk around and I like, just before you get to the mall, you look around and you're like, man, it's just like a lot of stores are just like their retail shops are closing, man, like left and right. And I'm like, who's next? It's crazy, man. I mean, I don't like being in an area that just feels lonely. Like it feels like you're really trying to figure out what to do. Which I'm gonna say like, oh yeah, going to the store, and that's going to a store makes things better. But I'm saying like they killed our shopping experience. If you really think about it, a lot of how things changed, like the whole dynamic of us going online now, really killed the shopping experience. And that's the reason why most stores now, retail stores, are closing down. Just try to figure out what's next. Eddie, what do you think? Do you think what could you see go out of business? Could you see GameStop go out of business?
Okay, well, okay, that was actually really interesting because okay, there. Okay, so GameStop. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time where they were gonna go out of business, and guess what? I I think, I don't know if this is true, but on Reddit they had a thing where they wanted to support GameStop by a lot of people, we're gonna profit off of them going business. But what the people on Reddit did, they're like, hey, it's not gonna happen. We love GameStop. We have memories there. Got our first Modern Warfare game there, 360, our first PlayStation. And look, these people. It takes a community to support uh, a gem, a treasure, and look, there's, like, not everyone could go on a website and purchase a video game, or like an Xbox, or like a gaming console, but there, it takes people who care, man. It takes people who care, because like, honestly, if I lived in this time and we didn't have GameStop, I probably would
It
have missed out on a
suck.
lot of
It would
memories,
suck,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So it's like, it takes people to have, to be like, hey, like, we actually care about our gaming community, and like, hey, like, let's support them, because they brought memories, and it's like, It's like, but that's why GameStop, like, like, like if you look at this room, you could tell there's inspiration from GameStop. Like there's the Master Chief, the Pikachu. Like the video games, and all of that. And it's like, wow, like it just it was the biggest surprise ever, because it's like, hey, you guys, wake up. We're living in the real world. There's actually businesses out there that need our help, and and we could, and yeah, man, like, but GameStop. Okay, look, a lot of people, you know, are their generation is their parents, who grew up in that generation, that knew there was something there. And then you got to think about the little generation, the kids, man. They want a game too, but
Yeah.
they probably, look, their parents probably, look, those kids don't have a debit card, don't have a credit card, don't have access to online money. They got cash because they probably work for their parents, like doing chores and stuff. Like for me, when I got I got a PSP and a PlayStation 2, but I worked for the money. Remember how I got my gaming console. My dad paid me for every goal that I scored, and I really wanted that PlayStation 2, and I started making goals, man. I started earning. That's how I made my money at that age. My dad, he's like, yeah, every goal you score, $10. Nine goals, $90 right there. The next game, they're like 50. And I was good at that. So it's like, man, like you like that's the thing. Those people on Reddit, they saved GameStop by making it aware to people, hey, let's start a movement. Let's help out GameStop for these kids, for these parents. Somewhere where they could bond with their children.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought that was like a Robin Hood type thing, like steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Straight up,
You
man.
know.
At least they saved, man. Thank God they saved GameStop. Because I tell you, man, they did a lot of. I mean, I've gone to places like so many like. You just go to towns, right? And there's a GameStop. There's like at least one GameStop, and it makes you like. It just feels kind of wow. It's such a good place. You go to, especially you're a gamer. You want to play game, find a game. You go to GameStop, and thank God I just I wouldn't know what to do if like they actually went down to closed down. It'd be killer. But we want to read right here. It actually talks about American malls are going bust as shoppers flock to online retailers. That's what we were talking about. Instead of sprawling brick and mortar locations, 10 years from now there will approximately be 150 malls left in the U.S. Wow. And if you really think about it, it also talks about if you think about it, so it says a massive change of indoor mall formats started in 2007, 2008, which marked the first time since 1950 that no new malls were built in the United States. So that's crazy. Like, at one time this like malls were like a staple of like the shopping, and you'd go to the mall and you go out and you enjoy, you shop at your retailer, and also you would eat at inside the cafeteria. So what do you think about that? What do you think about like these names? Like this would get interesting question, but like some of these places inside the mall, what do you think they'll do? You think they'll move away from the mall? Like they'll just go somewhere else if this happens? Like if they all close down, like no, like hot dog on the state, or like um like Pizza Misa, or like like little little places like that. Do you think they'll just move towards like they'll have their own location now?
Okay, well, okay, so this is what you have to think about a mall. A mall is owned by like rich people, like really, really rich people, like not just a rich person, like a really, really rich person. And not only that, a community of really, really rich people who use these as investments. Okay, and look, a mall is an indoor mall. I think is a lot harder than an outdoor mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and like for example, there's like the Camarillo outlets. That is like a mall, but not really. It's outlets. But but the thing about it is that indoor malls are different because it's actually a whole huge building and like structure. And when it's a huge structure, that means you need a lot of rich people
A lot.
to own it, and those rich people need to get paid, so they're gonna charge the average person a lot of money to start. And the bigger ones, they're gonna charge a little bit more, and because it's there. But I'm not afraid of that, because the malls that survive after all that, after the dust settles, are the ones that the people love the most. And honestly, look, it's the consumer who makes the choices. Are they gonna give their money for that hot dog on a stick, or that pretzel, or those shoes that are actually a good price and they can't find online? And it's about like businesses are meant to be enjoyed by the consumer. And it serves a purpose for them. That's why they pay their money. So a business, the malls that don't have that good community, means that they're probably doing something wrong. And they probably chose a bad location or something like that. But at the end of it all, the malls that survive are the malls that are going to be where most people love.
And that you're absolutely correct. It's like one of those things that you would go, wow, like there has to be some sort of new system that would have to take place to keep malls running properly. And then another thing too is, the, ask yourself a question. Let's say the malls did go out of business. Everything went out of business, like malls, like GameStop, and all these, even movie theaters. This is a good time. Like even talking about movie theaters. What do you think? How do you think it'd be like? What do you think society would be like if you can go like, just roam around and you see all these retail stores, like most businesses are online. Like what do you think people like? How do you think that would change the experience? Like obviously, I know it's like everything's online, the shopping experience, but what do you think it would do with people's mind, like when they know it's like they work, their hardworking money, right? And then they just want to go outside and experience a good time, and they just go like, okay, I'll go out to eat, but is that it? Like I'll go out to a restaurant, but then after the, we can't even roam around and go inside a retail store. What do you think about that?
Ooh, Rick. You're going deep, man.
Going deep, man. What do you think, Eddie?
Okay.
But once again, hold on one second, guys. I want to make sure everyone's listening. So let's play the song. Hey, we're back. Eddie, what do you think about it?
Okay. As a kid, I didn't have much money. My parents didn't have much money. So we'd go to the flea market. And that flea market was like a lot of things were used, a lot of things, like but they were cool. They were cool. The flea market, it was cool. And in Spanish they call it or it's called the swap meet. My dad called it the swami. You know, he didn't know how to pronounce it right, but uh, and I'd go there, and that would be mine. But then I met Richard, and then we started going to the mall, and then when I went to the mall, I'm like, wow, like, this is actually pretty cool. And honestly, there's a point where you just want to go to the mall just to relax, just enjoy how you said you get some food, you eat, and then you just roam around. It just it inspires a lot of things. You look at like for example, like the hats. The hat store. What's one of the stores?
They have
Hat
hat
store.
stores. They got shoe stores. They
No,
got
no hat. Like which one are hat stores? Like some hat
oh
stores that
like
lids,
lids. Yeah, yeah. Lids is
lids.
one. Uh,
Champion,
Champions another one.
champs.
But you got all the stores like clothing. You got Champs, Foot Locker. You have Journeys. You have Vans. You have all the other. Oh, was it Shoe Palace.
Yeah,
So you have all those.
and look, we you can't. There's a point where you realize that hey, like I I want to have some fun, but I don't want to do anything bad. And that's the mall. The mall is a place where you could just enjoy yourself. They have massage chairs. They got vending machines for sodas, and they have game little they have all this fun stuff, and it's like it's fun for adults and it's fun for the kids too. It gives them a fun, and it's like it could be enjoyed without having to spend that much money. You could go to the mall, and look, they don't charge you to go into the mall. They don't say, hey, you gotta pay me $20 to go into the mall.
Mhm.
They don't do that. And honestly, you could actually go to the mall, spend a little bit of money, and come out really happy. You know, because at the end of the day, you know that you ate something good. Or you got what you were looking for, and that's why like we need the malls. We need the malls, and like you don't have to go every weekend, every day. It could be like, hey, I worked hard. Let's go to the mall, and let's just see what cool stuff they have, or let's just inspire ourselves by the architecture, by the businesses here, or hey, let's actually go into the batting cages and see, hey, could I hit that 90-mile-an-hour ball?
Mhm.
It's like it's I think we do need it.
I think we do, and it's one of those things that we really. I would have to really, really like go, man. It break my heart if they close down. I'll be honest with you. Like it actually be very depressing. If malls really close down. And If GameStop closed, I'll be honest with you. I would probably just take a step back and just be like, wow, like, what else? Like, because you got to think about it. You're working, right? You work in these cities, these towns, and you do want that shopping experience. You do want that going out, with the family, just walking around. Even if you don't buy something, right? You don't always have to go. Like, you could be a window shopper, like 50 Cent said, window shopper. But at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's just about you. You're outside, you're interacting. You walk inside and you go, hey, that's nice. And maybe I don't have the money right now, but I'll come back when I do. And that's the one thing. Like, if these places down, I'm gonna miss that. I will miss that completely because it'll be one of those things that I just go, wow, like what else is there? Like other than you know going to restaurants, going to places for meeting, obviously going to church, going to going to school, going to Starbucks. Now, one thing I'll tell you is no one's talking about Starbucks closing, right? No one's talking about Starbucks going out of business. But once again, it have to be like, it is this the world that is that it's become? Like it has to be such a big name brand, like a right Starbucks or like Apple, that literally everyone else that follows, like all the smaller retail stores or all smaller coffee companies, will close down. Is that what we're talking about? The monopoly of companies? That's why they talked about it. The corporations are now, if you really think about it, the corporations run everything. All these retail stores, like all these small pop shops, are starting to go out of business. And it's sad, because some of these people have spent, put all their, hard earned money, their life, their life savings, and it's like, what else, like, do these people have? And it just kills everything. I've seen a lot of places go out of business, and I tell you one thing, I look around and go, wow, like what? Who's next? That's what I'm saying now. Like, who's next? What else? And it just is killer because you really, really, really take a step back and go, wow, like it hurts because you go, man, like I grew up with that store. I grew up going to Borders, right? Who remembers going to Borders, right? Like I'm not saying like, but who remembers going to Borders and you'd go inside and you'd read a book, right? And you look around and maybe have some coffee on the side, not even coffee, something on the side, and then you just kind of hung out, right? And then to be another place to interact. You're losing all those things. What do you think, Eddie? Do you see any big play like one place that you wish was still open? Like if you could bring one back, right? If you could bring Walmart, no, Walmart. Oh my God, Walmart's still here. No, if you could bring Toys R Us back, if you could bring Office Max, I think one of them, Office Depot, or no, if you could bring Walmart back, if you could uh, if you could bring Circuit City back, if you could bring Radio Shack back, if you who would you bring back? Would you like what company would you bring back?
Okay, not company,
Like store.
but store. Okay, look, this is it's just it makes me so
Sorry,
sad.
man.
It makes me so sad because
It
there
hurts.
actually is one that I really really missed that had everything. It was a laser tag place, man.
Oh
They had a
man.
laser tag.
No.
And I was in junior high. I
Oh
was in junior
man.
high, and I remembered we went to my friend's birthday, and we went there to laser tag with the guns, the laser guns, and they had the coolest setup. They had like like barriers. They had like stairs. They had these little grenade zones where like your pack, your chest plate would like vibrate and be like dude, like you just got into an explosion or something, like that. And you see lasers just like with the fog machine, you see lasers like that. Everyone's having so much fun. They have their high scores and everything.
You're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me
And then
cry.
and then I want to go back to it in high school, and they're gone.
I know,
They're
man.
out of
It hurts. It
business.
hurts. It hurts. Why do you
Yeah.
think I look, man? Look, it's hard to get. It's hard to get up from the bed, man.
No, actually,
It's hard to get up, man.
the only reason why I wake up is by temperature. If it's cold, I don't wake up. If it's warm, I wake. That's that's what I'm at right now.
Hey man, are you at the point now that it's hard to get off the bed, and you start to realize, man, what you're gonna do that day? That's exactly the times we're living in, guys. Like it just feels like, man, what's up with the movie theaters too, man? Closing down. They're closing down. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It's just sad. Like, oh, man, let's take a break, guys. I'm gonna take a break and really think about this. I don't know, man. It hurts me, man. I just can't believe it, man. I don't know. I just don't know what else to say. Like it just sucks. It sucks that I don't know. But we'll be right back, guys. Oh, okay, guys, hold on. see how we can do this. So if I play this, so Luca. Okay. We are back. Okay, guys. Well, we just want to let you guys know, hey, man, we love you guys tuning in with us. It's one thing that we tell you, we're trying to grow this page. We love to get as much followers, likes, any type of comments. We'd love to have, some type of interaction with you guys. One about this actual page that we built was to have, great conversation, just be honest, just be real with each other, and just know, man, we even talk about it down the road. We'll be even talking about health, which is a big one nowadays. Most people are actually talking about that. So that's going to be another good topic that we talk about. But we just want to be real with you guys and just talk about it. Like this is one great conversation that we had today. Like, what do you guys think about retail stores? What do you guys think of malls closing down? What do you guys think about it? Because realistically, these things are happening in front of us, and we have to be aware of our surroundings. And it's one thing that we really like. We take a step back and go, wow, like, is this actually happening? Like, you go and sometimes, like, before you know it, like, you're at home most of the day, right? And you spend your time on the cell phone. Before you know it, you go outside and you're going inside a store. Like, you're going to a place that you thought was a store, you're one of your favorite stores, and it's not even there no more. Who's saying that?
Jesse.
Jesse. Jesse. Hey, man, listen. We got to get song for you. Hold on. And we're back. Jesse, how you doing, buddy? Hopefully you're doing well, man. We wish you happiness. We like the way you look. Keep up the good work, man. We see a lot in you, man. You're a good person. You got a good heart. You're a strong, independent person. We like that. And one thing about it is, Jesse, if you could talk about it, is like, what do you think about some of these stores? Like, anybody that's online, what's one store like that closed down that you miss? Like, like
he said
Toys R Us, or
he said good, man, just hanging at home, and thanks, man, right back at you guys.
hey, what do you think about if you had a store, like a retail store that closed down, like a Radio Shack, a Circuit City, a Borders, a well, give me another one. Um, uh, Blue Anchor, right? Anchor Blue, remember Anchor Blue? Like, what's one store that you miss that you wish you could bring it back, man? Like, honestly, honestly, can I tell you a place that I miss? And I'll be honest with you guys. It breaks my heart. No, I'm just playing. No, it actually hurts. I will say this: Radio Shack, because I had like memories, but in Santa Barbara, more. What was it? What was a good? Like the rate. There was a record store too.
Yeah, he got rid of that.
Yeah, Morning Glory. Was it called Morning Records or Morning? Jesse would know. What was the name of that? It breaks my heart. Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the song. Hold on, let me go back to play it. Man, you guys are killing me, Smalls. You guys are killing me. No, but I tell you, man, it just breaks my heart. It hurt much, guys.
Yeah, Morning Glory music.
Was that it?
Morning Glory
Who told you,
music.
Jesse?
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse, I'm gonna put a little donation thing right here on our thing. You can donate, okay, to at the Real Talks to couple $100. Okay, we know you got paid, so just the Real Talks to, man. Don't worry, man. You'll eventually. We want to have a live. We want to stream live with you eventually, so we have to set this up, man. But here's the thing. Once again, we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow this channel. Is it easy to grow? No, it's not. It's one thing that, hey, man, look around you. If you start a channel, it's not easy. Like, it's one thing that people are going like, man, why should I listen to you? Like, who? So that's the same thing that's happening to us. Like, right now, we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on all these platforms But realistically, we have to build. Like we have to, like basically, we have to show up and do what we got to do. Like you gotta, you gotta, you gotta be interesting. You gotta be interesting, and that's the one thing that we're working on right now is making sure that hey, we're ready for that limelight. And who's calling when we're doing the? See, this is how we are, guys. We answer on the spot. Hold on, Juan. I'll call you back, man. We're live streaming right now, man. All right, come on, man. We this is how real we are, man. Call us, man. Listen, if you guys want to call us, we will answer. We will have conversation with you. But call us for the right reason. Call us to like we're no, we're talking about the mall, man. We're talking about the malls, retail stores. Why are they closing down? Why are they closing down so fast? Obviously, because of Amazon and all of these online platforms. But it's sad, man, because I don't want to be the type of guy that works in my own area. And the next thing you know, I take my family and there's no stores around. I don't want that because I know what that feels like. It feels depressing. And once again, guys, this is one thing that I'll tell you. Listen to the song. And we're back. Eddie, man. Eddie got that nice long hair, huh? Looking like Zorro from The Mask. Zorro, what was it? What was that movie with man? He was such a good. Oh man, he's a great actor, man. Antonio Banderas, amazing actor, man. Well, let me ask you a question, Eddie. Do you? What's one thing if all these places no, not even closed down. What's one thing that you genuinely love about going when you're inside the what do you really like about what do you like, man? And it can't be girls, man. It can't be girls, man. Okay, cool, man. Cool, man. Cool. Nah, we just playing, we just playing. Honestly, man.
Honestly, I just like to walk around and just buy stuff. Just buy stuff.
He's rich. He's rich.
Just
nah,
like no, seriously, just
nah, I get it.
Like I could walk in and be like, okay, what do I need for today? I need to get some food. Okay, that's the first thing you need. You need food in your system. So you either plan, hey, I want to look around for a good restaurant to something to eat, in these malls, and then while you're doing that, your mind just wanders off. You're like, oh, what's that? Oh, they have Jordans, used Jordans or like new Jordans, and you just go to investigate.
Or new glasses.
New glasses, yeah.
Hey,
glasses.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man. If you want to get your drip up, you go to the mall.
No.
Get your drip in the. If you want to look good, you go to the mall. You buy yourself some Nikes. Get yourself Get yourself a nice hoodie, and you go beat them.
Oh, do you want to know something?
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing with you guys.
Rich. Okay, this is something really cool. I went to Hawaii with my church, and they have like Gucci stores in Honolulu. Gucci stores, Louis Vuitton. They have
yeah, but see, that's the problem.
These big ones in Hawaii because they know that the top spenders are tourists.
Hold on, someone just sent a message in.
Yeah.
I think this is on Twitch, guys. They're saying these malls, it's sad to say, but these malls are closing down, and this is hurting people because now they're having hard times finding places to shop. Absolutely. Thanks, Ron. You're absolutely right, man. I'll be completely honest with you. It's exactly what we're talking about. It's actually, if you really think about it, you would think it hurts. It would hurt the stores more, but it actually hurts us too. Like mentally, it kills us, and we're not happy about that. I'm not. I'm telling you, I am really not, man. I'm gonna take a step back, guys, but just relax, and we'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. No, but all right, guys, give me a little bit more, man, because I got to process. Hold on, got to make sure. Give me about here. Let me look for it. All right. Okay, guys, we're back, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to take a step back because it breaks my heart even talking about this. Talking about all the malls closing down and all these people hurting. I'll tell you one thing: they instead of spending money and sending it out overseas. Oh, that sounds like Chucky. Instead of spending money and other places like construction, building stores. No, not even building stores. Building all these like they're putting so much money in the streets, right? Like in the streets, and before you know it, everywhere else it just looks like it's completely we're broke. You know, it looks like the stores are going, everything's going out, and that's a thing that hurts me. It's because you really realize how messed up the system is as far as like okay like if anything part of the government, of course you know they'll help, they'll build the infrastructure, they'll do whatever it takes, but when it comes down to all joes, everyone that has a mall, you know, if the government owned malls, you'd be going inside the palace. But you know, these stores are closing down and everything, and it just hurts us, man. It actually kills us, it kills the consumer. And it's one thing that I will tell you guys, whoever's listening to this, be real with yourself. Have a conversation. See, the Real Talks tube is supposed to be about a place that you just be on with us and tell us how you feel about it. Because the truth is it's happening in front of you. I'll tell you that. I can't lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit right here and tell you that these places are gonna be, you know, here for a long, long time. Honestly, I don't even know how long they'll even be here, you know, in the for the future. They might close down within the next couple years. And you know, like Eddie was saying, you know, this kills our, you know, like the people like future generations. It's not just us. I'm not thinking about me no more. I actually experienced going to Toys R Us and Circuit City, Yo Shack, and Blockbuster. I experienced all those things. But you know what? A lot of the kids won't. And a lot of future generations won't. And that's where it hurts. And it breaks my heart. What do you think about that, Eddie? Eddie's crying. Hold on. No, I just fine. It hurts, right? But hey, man, what else can we do?
Like this is what I want. Like I got a 5-year-old little brother. Stays in the house like all the time. Only goes out for church, you know, and school. And he's on his phone. He's on his phone just watching videos, and it's like okay, like it's cool while you're small, but then as you get older, you know, like you wanna have a little more freedom. You know, you wanna have like a place where you could go and then be like oh wow, that's because like there's these kids and they've never seen what is, you know, these kids they've never seen anything other than what they see on their phones and what they see in the house, you know. So when those kids go to these malls, like wow, like it's almost like a Disneyland, except you don't have to pay for Disneyland, you know. It's like, you know, and they could find clothes, they could find like something that was cool at the mall was like they have these. these clothings that like have a Spider-Man on it. It could have like uh, uh it could
Man,
be
what happened to Payless, man?
Payless.
Yeah, man. I can't even go buy Shacks anymore, other than going to Walmart, man. They don't even make Shacks the same anymore, man. You know how much that hurts?
Oh, yeah.
Shaq was bigger than life at one time too, guys. Shaquille O'Neal, by the way, if you don't know the reference on Shaq, some of the new generations going like, "Who's Shaq?" Shaq's not. He's not. He's not what you think. He's not a techno dancer, guys. The new videos you guys see, he was an actual basketball player, by the way. but the truth is this, guys. It hurts. It really does. And I mean, we could keep talking about this all day, man. I think we're already going on what, couple hours now. No, I'm just playing 1 hour. But the thing about it is, it really does. It really, really, really does hurt. Like, because it sucks, man. It really does. I don't know. I mean, I wish things were a lot better. That's it. I just, I don't know, man. I want these places to stay in business. I'll tell you that. What do you think about it, Eddie?
I feel like I hope there's people still dreaming, still people still being like, hey man, if it like, I don't know, man. This is a sad topic, Rich. This is a really sad topic. Oh
Don't break my heart.
no, but I mean, there's always gonna be people trying to start a business, and it's sad.
You know what? It's sad.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it there. Peace out, guys.
We shall leave. Hey, Rich, we shall leave.
Yes.
I know with the happy song.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna find you guys a happy song. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was Rich from the Real Talks 2. We got right here Eddie. And we are going deep. We were very deep today in the conversation of what's going to happen in the malls, the retail stores. Take care, guys. Peace.